In this series of video, I will explain about advanced topic in C. It's related to function pointers, threading and other advanced area. This video, I will talk about function pointers. In our case of function pointer, we will start by discussing the definition, declaration, passing function pointer to a function, returning function pointer from a function. Then on the subsequent lectures, we will discuss about the function pointer array, comparison of function pointers and casting a function pointer. If you know what a pointer is, you can guess what a function pointer will be. It's a pointer that holds the address of a function, that's it. The next part that most of the newbies will find difficult is the declaration of a function pointer, the syntax related to it. So let's inspect the syntax before proceeding. The syntax is straightforward but little bit cryptic. So here you can see I declared a function pointer. Just consider function pointer acting like as a function itself. Since it's a pointer to a function, it contains most part or most component of a function. As you can see, the function pointer is declared using this syntax. Basically what this syntax or what this function pointer do, it can hold the address of a function which take no parameter and it return nothing, that is void. So this is a function pointer which point to a function which take nothing and which return nothing. Okay, how we can differentiate between a function and function pointer? It's very easy. Usually the function pointer name is enclosed in a bracket with a asterisk in front of it denoting that it's a pointer. I will explain there's a slight difference between the function pointer and a pointer to a 2D array. In one of the upcoming lectures, I will explain the syntax. So let's take few more examples besides this. Here you can see another 3 examples. Very simple. The function 1, function pointer 1 f1, function pointer 2 f2, function pointer 3 f3. Basically, what you need to do now is you need to predict what this function pointer could hold. If function pointer f1, it can hold the address of a function which take a double as its input parameter and return an integer. Like this, here the function pointer take a character pointer, it can be a character array, and it return nothing. Like f3 can hold function's address, this f3 will hold a function which will actually take 2 integer as its input and return pointer to a double. So a quick question based on what we so far look, then we move to programming section. So which one of this is a valid pointer? Pause the video and try to guess. The answer is f5 and f6 are function pointer while f4 is a function. That's the difference. Here f4 is just a function which return an integer pointer. f5 and f6 on the other hand, they are function pointers. Like we can guess, f5 take no parameter but it will return an integer. f6 also take no parameter but it will return an integer pointer. Let us jump to the code now. So this will be the first program we will look. It is very simple. This is a very basic example for a function pointer. Here you can see I declared a function pointer using the normal syntax. This function pointer, what this function pointer named funcptr will does, it can hold the address of a function which take integer as a input parameter and return another integer. Here you can see I declared a simple function called square. Basically used to find the square of a number. So here you can see, first of all I need to explain some basic concept related to function. What if I doesn't call this function? Because you know that when we call function we will put parenthesis in front of the function name and pass the argument. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. What if I just put the name of that function and try to print it? Of course you can see from the code it will print the address of the function. Let me comment out these 2 lines. We will look into that later. First of all, we will try to focus on this code here. I will come to this area and try to compile and so you can see when I compile this program and run it, it will output the address of that function named square. So like you know that we can store address of a function inside the function pointer. Obviously this line is self-explanatory because here we are just storing the address of function square to the function pointer funcptr. So if I try to print out the value of funcptr, it will also output an address which is similar to this address printed out by this line of code. So let me write it and I'm going to run it. You can see both of the addresses are same. That means funcptr now hold or carries the address of the function square. This is very simple and straightforward syntax. Another way we can output the address of a function, that means by using the address of operator. So these two lines are valid. You can use either of them. Like the case of array, when we use array's name itself, it denotes the address of the first element, and like that function name alone denote its address. So either way this will work. So I am going to use the second way. Now I will show you how to use this function pointer to call the function. It's very simple. Once you assign a function's address to a function pointer, instead of using that function's name to invoke that function, you can use the function pointer. It's very simple syntax. Just put the function pointer name and use the syntax of a normal function call. That means using parenthesis and passing the parameter inside that parenthesis. That will do the work. If I run this program, I should get a value of 4. Yeah, of course I get a value of 4, and this syntax is also working fine. Now move to another topic. You already know the normal syntax for declaring a function pointer. There is another more efficient method we can use. We can use typedef. As we use with structures and unions, we can use typedef with function pointers. This is the syntax for using typedef with function pointer. So I am going to comment out this line, and I will claim here and uncomment this line. There is no need for these 3 codes here. So let's focus on our new code. What I did in this code is I used funcptr to create a new function pointer. It's called new ptr. So I can create multiple function pointer by defining it using this type of function. Once I declared a new function pointer called new ptr, and then I used that function pointer to call the square function and passed a value of 5 as its argument. So I will get 25 in the output. So let's do that. Yeah, here you can see 25 in the output. So I think that is for this video. In the next video we will look the other 2 topics, that is passing function pointer then to another function and returning function point from another function. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you soon.